One.
Social sexism. Why is too girly an insult and why is it degrading? There are a number of insults one can throw around these days. The possibilities available when trying to attack someone verbally are endless. With hundreds of languages and an almost infinite amount of phrases to use within these dialects, it's bewildering that women's genitalia and actions are still used as a form of insult. We have used and taught younger kids to use feminine traits as insults. How many times were boys told, "Don't cry like a little girl"? And as we grew up, a man who wants to insult a group of women calls them ladies. Why is being a woman is still the source of many social jokes. The language men often use with each other when talking about women reveals the truth. Being a woman is still seen lesser than being a man, and therefore there's a pressure on men to not be that way. Life can be rough when men are always told, keep being a man, keep being amazing, keep being in control of everything, fail and you may become a woman, which is unimaginable. I have never met a woman who has been insulted by being called a gentleman, but every man you've met have probably been called a woman or a girl or a lady as an insult at least once at one point in their lives. The language used to insult, especially about being a man's man, shows the high levels of misogyny in society. People's languages show people's prejudices. It speaks how people view that particular group. For example, in Vietnam, the word for Chinese is considered to be an insult. In the United States, the N-word, even though it has formally been claimed by Black people, is considered to be one of the most degrading slurs a white person can use. Being called any form of homosexual is still the highest form of offense in most parts of the world. We need to be aware of the words we use as insults because it speaks for a possible bigotry.
Many believe that feminism is just for women. However, I believe it's for all of us. Of course, feminism does have a part of it that's, for women and by women. But you also have all of these expectations pushed onto young boys and men, and these often show themselves as toxic masculinity. The simplest explanation of this term is "men don't cry." Just to clarify the term, I want to give some examples. For example, when men are extremely self-reliant and don't want to seek help, weakness is seen as feminine. Uh, Another example is feeling shame for showing emotion, um, having extreme aspiration of dominance physically and intellectually, especially over women, condemning anything feminine within another man. These are all traits of toxic masculinity, and it harms men and all of society. There's this bizarre expectation of boys to disconnect from their feelings and friends emotionally and become a man. We're always taught that feminine is weak, so why would anybody want to be associated with it, or why would they even respect that? That's why we need to change these stereotypes. I'm not saying that men shouldn't be masculine or that it's all toxic, but we need balance. We need to let others express themselves how they want to be, and we need to let others be human. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We want to be able to express ourselves, our true selves, without being squeezed into a box and harassed.
So for social media, there's some negative aspects, but also there's some positive aspects. So think about the negative ones. You have to fit into this society's standards, society's unexpected, like unrealistic beauty standards. For example, to give a toxic masculinity example for this is if a boy wears a dress or does makeup, then they're automatically weird or gay and they get bullied for that. But think about the positive aspects of this is it's really easy to spread information. Also, this can be used for a good cause because there are a lot of petitions and there are a lot of campaigns going on, and you can educate people from social media. So there are some negative aspects and positive aspects, as I said, but I don't think they're equal because there's also something going on as cancel culture. And if you add this to the negative aspects part, I think it's a really big problem that we should be doing something about.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.